What's up, YouTube? A lot of people have been asking me about my NBA, what I do to win, and this video is going to tell you everything I've learned from NBA past year. I've been playing Fanduel NBA for a year, and now but I've been playing fantasy basketball for like 3 or 4 years. So let's get right into it. There are a lot of things you have to know about NBA. There are teams that come off to back-to-back games and they don't get the minutes in the first game, but they get all the minutes in the second game. You have to know defenses, which teams don't score a lot, which teams score a lot, teams to avoid, and pretty much the final thing is injuries. Injuries happen in the NBA a lot, sprained ankle, whatever, and we all know Derrick Rose hasn't had a healthy season in forever. So right now, everyone's riding the Aaron Brooks train. If we go over here to point guards, Derrick Rose is 7,700. His backup is 4,600. Dirt cheap. He's going to get all the minutes that Derrick Rose used to get at half the salary. So you have to ride these lineups. You have to ride the players that are coming in for the injuries. They get all the minutes and they just produce. And they're so cheap. But get your notepads out, whatever, because I'm going to go through the best defensive players to avoid. Because if you have Gordon Hayward and he's playing LeBron James, he has to take a lot of energy just to guard LeBron James on defense that he probably won't produce on offense. So Tony Allen for the Grizzlies, he's a great two-guard defender. Andre Iguodala for the Golden State Warriors, great three-guard defender. LeBron James, he's so physical and he always has the ball in his hand. It takes so much energy just to guard him. Joakim Noah, center for the Bulls. Rajon Rondo is a great on-ball defender for Boston at the 1. Patrick Beverley is one of the most underrated point guard defenders in my book. Jimmy Butler, the 2 for Chicago. Joe Johnson for Brooklyn. Iman Shumpert, Anthony Davis, Nicholas Batum, and Kevin Durant. And then the bad defenders that I can think of are James Harden, Carmelo Anthony, Darren Williams, Kyrie Irving. They do not play defense at all. I pretty much see whoever's playing James Harden and you play him like Klay Thompson's playing James Harden tonight. He's gonna go off. Klay Thompson plays pretty good defense, I think. So I think James Harden is not gonna make his price. He's 10,200. I'd be surprised if he gets 50 points. Okay. West Coast games. Golden State Warriors, the Clippers, they all put up big numbers. Some of these games go to like 80 points, some of them go 90. That would be a low-scoring game. 80s and 90s are low-scoring games. When you get up into the 120s, once in a while you'll see like a 130, and that's just insane. That's usually the Clippers or the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics, but you want to target those games because they get all the points. The teams to avoid they play so slow. It just drives everyone nuts. The Bulls, they don't play at a fast pace anymore, and they play good defense. So I try to avoid anyone playing the Bulls. But the Grizzlies, they only score like 90 points a game, and they limit their opponent to 90 points a game. They play super slow. Don't play against any Grizzlies. Don't play any Grizzlies. The Spurs, they pretty much Greg Popovich did this last year where he would sit most of his players on back-to-back nights. He'd just take the loss. It's kind of a dick move. But you pretty much see that Tim Duncan isn't playing. You pick up his backup. You pick up Boris Diaw at minimum salary. You play him, whatever. You move on. He gets you 20 points. You move on. And they don't score a lot of points anymore because they're such an old team. So, oh, and the high scoring teams are the Warriors, Rockets, Clippers, Cavaliers, and Blazers. Yeah, that's about it. This is my lineup for tonight. This is a late game slate. We're gonna go over this real quick. Roy Hibbert against Washington. They don't really have a big man, and Roy Hibbert's pretty cheap, and he's been producing. Amari Stoudemire, Atlanta is my punt play. If he gets 25, I'll be happy. Jared Sullinger against Chicago. I really don't like this pick, but somebody has to score. Chris Copeland's now a starter against Washington, going against Paul Pierce. So Jimmy Butler has to score has to do everything with Derrick Rose out. So he's like at his price, because NBA goes up really slowly in price. You have to ride Jimmy Butler right now. He was owned in like 70% of leagues last night. Klay Thompson going up against James Harden, gotta play him. Donald Sloan, the point guard he's like the third string point guard for the Pacers, but he's been producing. John Wall doesn't play great defense, and Donald Sloan plays the worst defense in the NBA. So John Wall against Donald Sloan against John Wall, whatever. While making lineups, you need to bookmark this page. It is Roto Grinders lineups. You click over here on lineups. You go to NBA. They show you who's playing, and they update it a lot. So they show who's playing, the starting lineup, and then their salary, what time the game is. It usually says the over/under, but they didn't do that today. And it's always pretty accurate. But the NBA is one of those things where you can't set your lineup for Saturday, Thursday, because there's so many injuries. People like to do late game scratches. It's kind of dumb, but that's just how it works. But yeah, this is my cash game lineup for tonight. I've had some pretty good success this week. We're gonna try to keep that going, and then I'm gonna try to get some videos out here today about my NBA picks. I'm sorry, NFL picks. So, yep, that's about it. Thanks for watching.